Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to kick off today's presentation on defining outcomes with iBARE. This is brought to you by Dollar Class Inc., and today we'll explore how aligning content with goals can make a real difference. We'll cover what iBARE is all about, how it helps define clear outcomes, and how to ensure your content aligns perfectly with your objectives. Let's get started. Let's take a closer look at the key components that make up our SMART content goals. These are designed to give us clear direction and measurable targets. First, we have the iBARE campaign strategy, which is our plan of action to reach our audience effectively. It's all about crafting a cohesive approach that aligns with our overall objectives. Next, we need to focus on measuring campaign success. This involves setting up the right metrics and tools to track our progress and ensure we're on the right path. Together, these elements help us stay focused, accountable, and adaptable throughout the campaign. They connect directly to our overall theme of creating impactful, data-driven content strategies that deliver results. Let's take a closer look at SMART content goals. First, the S stands for specific. This means your goals should be clear and well-defined, so everyone understands exactly what you're aiming for. Next, M is for measurable. You want to be able to track progress and know when you've achieved your goal. Then, A stands for achievable. Goals should be realistic and attainable, pushing you but still within reach. The R is for relevant. Your goals need to align with your broader objectives and be meaningful to your overall strategy. Finally, T stands for time-bound. Setting a deadline keeps you focused and helps prioritize your tasks. Together, these SMART criteria ensure your content goals are clear, actionable, and aligned with your larger vision for success. When we talk about content creation, it's really about ensuring that every piece we produce serves a clear purpose. It's not just about filling a publishing schedule or staying busy. It's about making sure our content aligns with our strategic business goals. This approach helps us go beyond simply publishing for the sake of it. Instead, our content should support our broader objectives, whether that's building brand awareness, generating leads, or nurturing existing relationships. To measure how well we're doing, we need success metrics. These are the clear benchmarks that tell us if our campaigns are effective and if we're getting a good return on our investment. It's about tracking performance so we can see what's working and what's not. Resource prioritization is also crucial. By understanding which initiatives have the highest potential impact, we can allocate our time and budgets more efficiently. This ensures we're focusing on the content that truly moves the needle. And finally, continuous improvement is key. Using data from performance metrics and audience responses, we can refine and optimize our campaigns over time. This ongoing process helps us stay aligned with our goals and adapt to changes in audience preferences or market dynamics. Overall, this slide highlights the importance of purposeful content that drives results, backed by measurement, smart resource use, and continuous learning. It's all about making our content work smarter, not just harder. Now, let's talk about the importance of providing measurable success metrics. Having clear performance indicators is essential because they give us concrete ways to evaluate how well our campaigns are doing. Quantifiable metrics allow us to track effectiveness and, importantly, demonstrate ROI to our stakeholders. This transparency helps build trust and shows the tangible value of our efforts. Next, goal achievement tracking is a key component. By monitoring our progress towards specific objectives, we can identify whether we're on track or if we need to make adjustments. This real-time insight enables us to refine our content strategies promptly, ensuring we're always moving in the right direction. Resource allocation justification is another crucial aspect. When we have solid, data-backed metrics, it's much easier to justify securing the necessary budget and team resources for our initiatives. It provides evidence that our investments are driving results. Finally, continuous improvement is made possible through regular measurement. By consistently evaluating our content performance, we can identify areas for optimization and refine our strategies over time. This ongoing process helps us stay aligned with our goals and maximize impact, all while reinforcing the overall theme of data-driven decision-making in our content efforts. Let's talk about how our content aligns with our business objectives. First, strategic alignment is key, ensuring that everything we create directly supports our main business goals and helps drive organizational success. When our content is aligned this way, it makes sure we're all working towards the same outcomes. Next, we want to focus on measurable impact. This means setting up ways to track our return on investment and monitor performance using specific business metrics and KPIs. It helps us see what's working and what needs adjustment. Resource optimization is also critical. We need to make sure that our time and budget are focused on content that truly drives results. It's about working smarter, not just harder, so every dollar and minute spent has a purpose. Finally, stakeholder buy-in is essential. Showing leadership the value of our content by connecting it to their priorities helps gain their support. When leadership sees how our activities contribute to key business objectives, they're more likely to champion our efforts. All these points together ensure that our content not only supports our goals, but also demonstrably drives success across the organization. Now, let's talk about how resource prioritization supports our overall strategy. When we allocate our resources efficiently, we can focus on what really matters. This means prioritizing our content creation efforts based on our strategic goals and expected return on investment. By doing so, we ensure that our efforts are aligned with what drives the most value for the business. Next, focusing on high-impact activities is key. We want to direct our resources toward content types that deliver measurable results, things that truly move the needle and support our objectives. This targeted approach helps us maximize our efforts and achieve more significant outcomes. At the same time, it's important to eliminate wasted effort. This involves identifying underperforming content initiatives through data-driven decision-making. When we see what's not working, we can stop wasting time and resources on those areas and instead put our energy where it counts. Finally, maximizing team productivity is essential. We should assign team members to tasks where their skills create the greatest value for our campaign goals. When everyone's working in their strengths, we not only get better results but also boost overall efficiency. All of these points are interconnected. They help us make smarter decisions, optimize our resource use, and ultimately drive better results across our marketing efforts. Enables continuous improvement. Data-driven adjustments are at the core of this process. By analyzing data, we can refine our content over time to achieve better performance and greater audience engagement. This isn't a one-and-done deal. It's an ongoing cycle where analytics help us make smarter decisions. Performance tracking is crucial. By monitoring our KPIs, we can see what's working and what isn't in real time. This allows us to pivot strategically, focusing our efforts where they matter most. Iterative strategy means regularly assessing our campaigns, creating feedback loops that help us systematically improve. It's about learning and adapting constantly, making each cycle better than the last. And with AI-powered optimization, we gain automated insights that can spot opportunities for enhancement that human analysis might overlook. All these elements together empower us to keep refining our approach, ensuring continuous growth and success. This slide really ties into the overall theme of leveraging data and technology to drive smarter, more effective marketing strategies. Let's take a closer look at the iBARE campaign strategy. This part of our presentation outlines the key elements that will drive the success of our campaign. First, we focus on understanding our target audience deeply, what motivates them, their needs, and how we can connect with them authentically. Next, we emphasize the importance of a clear and consistent message across all channels to reinforce our brand and campaign goals. We also plan to leverage multiple platforms, social media, email, events, to maximize our reach and engagement. Another critical point is the use of data and analytics to monitor our progress and make informed adjustments along the way. And of course, collaboration within our team and with partners will ensure everyone is aligned and working towards the same objectives. Overall, this strategy is about creating a coherent, impactful campaign that resonates and drives tangible results, tying back to our overall mission. Now, let's look at how we can map our goals to specific content tasks. The first step is translating our overall business objectives into concrete actions. This means taking those high-level goals and breaking them down into clear, actionable content creation tasks that our AI can handle effectively. Next, we want to ensure content alignment. It's crucial that everything we generate directly supports our marketing objectives and KPIs. We need to keep our focus sharp and make sure every piece of content contributes to our overall strategy. Then there's task prioritization, organizing our workflow based on what's most strategically important and what deadlines we have helps keep the process smooth and efficient. It's about working smarter, not just harder. Finally, resource allocation plays a key role. Distributing our AI capabilities wisely across different content needs ensures that we maximize efficiency within our campaign structure. By aligning tasks, priorities, and resources, we create a cohesive and effective content strategy that drives results. Let's talk about content planning and formats. First, strategic content planning is all about making sure that the topics we choose align closely with our business goals and what our audience truly needs. When we do this well, we can maximize impact and boost engagement. It's about being intentional with our messaging. Next, we need to think about format selection. Not all content types are created equal, and choosing the right ones depends on what we're trying to achieve with our campaign and what our audience prefers to consume. Whether it's videos, blogs, or social media posts, picking the right format makes a big difference. Then there's the publishing schedule. Creating a consistent cadence for posting helps us keep our audience interested and ensures that our content stays visible across platforms. Regularity builds trust and anticipation, making our efforts more effective. Finally, we have AI-driven suggestions. Using tools like iBARE can help us get recommendations for the optimal content mix. These insights can lead to better performance and more targeted content, helping us stay ahead of the curve. All of these elements, planning, format, scheduling, and smart recommendations, tie back to our overall theme of delivering compelling content that drives results. Let's now look at how we can project the performance of our campaign. First, we estimate the campaign reach by calculating the potential audience size, taking into account our targeting parameters, and looking at historical engagement data. This helps us understand how many people we might actually connect with. Next, we forecast engagement metrics. Using AI analysis of similar content, we can predict how many likes, shares, comments, and click-through rates to expect. This gives us a realistic picture of how users might interact with our campaign. Then, we project conversion rates. By examining funnel analytics and analyzing audience behavior patterns, we can estimate how many leads or sales we might generate as a result of the campaign. Finally, we perform ROI calculations. By comparing these projected outcomes with our campaign costs, we can determine the expected return on investment. All these projections are crucial because they help us set realistic expectations and measure success against our overall marketing goals. This approach ties directly into our broader theme of data-driven decision-making, ensuring every step is backed by solid analytics. Now, let's look at some key optimization suggestions to really enhance our campaigns. First, we have data-driven improvements. Here, AI plays a crucial role by analyzing performance trends and recommending content adjustments that can lead to better results. It's about making smarter decisions based on real data. Next is content refinement. This involves tweaking our messaging, trying out different formats, and adjusting where we distribute our content. The goal is to align better with audience engagement patterns, ensuring our content resonates more effectively. Then we have timing adjustments. Using performance analytics, we can identify the best times to publish our content. This helps us maximize reach and impact, ensuring our message hits the right audience at the right moment. And finally, keyword enhancement. This is about suggesting strategic terms that improve how discoverable our content is. Better keywords can boost our search engine performance, making sure our content is found by those who are most interested. Overall, these suggestions are all about using data and AI to continuously optimize our efforts, making our campaigns more effective and aligned with audience needs. Now, let's take a closer look at the campaign structure framework. First, it's crucial to define clear objectives. Before we even start creating content, we need to know what we want to achieve. This helps us stay strategically aligned with our overall business goals. Next, we move on to identifying the target audience. Understanding who will engage with our content allows us to craft messaging that is relevant and personalized. The more we know about our audience, the more effectively we can connect with them. Then, we plan our content strategy. This involves developing topics, choosing the right formats, and establishing a publishing schedule that supports our campaign objectives. A well-thought-out plan keeps everything organized and on track. Finally, we execute the plan using the iBARE approach. This means assigning content creation tasks not just to our team members, but also leveraging AI tools for efficiency. By combining human creativity and AI, we can streamline production and maintain high quality throughout the campaign. This framework helps us build campaigns that are targeted, strategic, and efficient, key elements for success. Now, let's talk about monitoring and iteration, which are essential for ensuring our campaigns stay effective and continuously improve. First, tracking KPIs is crucial. We need to monitor performance metrics against our goals to see how well our campaigns are doing and to spot areas where we can improve. This helps us stay focused and data-driven. Next, we can leverage AI-generated reports. Automated analytics give us quick, insightful overviews of content performance across different channels, saving us time and providing a clearer picture of what's working and what isn't. Then, using that performance data, we can make data-driven adjustments. This means refining our strategies, optimizing content that isn't performing as well, and amplifying approaches that are resonating with our audience. It's all about being agile and responsive. Finally, continuous improvement involves setting up regular review cycles. By consistently analyzing results and audience feedback, we ensure our content evolves and stays aligned with both audience preferences and our business objectives. This cycle of monitoring and iteration keeps us moving forward effectively. Let's talk about measuring campaign success. This is a crucial step because, after all, how do we know if our efforts are working? First, we need to establish clear, measurable goals at the outset. These could be anything from increasing brand awareness to driving sales or boosting engagement. Once those goals are set, we select the right key performance indicators, or KPIs, that align with those objectives. These KPIs might include website traffic, conversion rates, social media engagement, or sales figures. It's important to track these metrics consistently and analyze the data to see what's working and what's not. Remember, measuring success isn't just about numbers. It's about understanding the story behind those numbers and how they relate to our overall campaign goals. Connecting this back to our broader strategy, continuous measurement, allows us to optimize our campaigns in real time, making adjustments to improve results. So, success measurement is really the backbone of effective marketing, helping us stay on track and achieve the outcomes we desire. Now, let's take a look at some key website traffic metrics that help us understand how our content is performing. First, we have visitor analytics. This involves tracking unique visitors, page views, and session duration. By doing this, we can gauge how many people are engaging with our content, how often they visit, and how long they stay, all crucial indicators of our reach and engagement. Next, traffic sources are vital. They tell us where our visitors are coming from, whether it's organic search, social media, or direct visits. Knowing this helps us optimize our channel strategy and better distribute our content where it resonates most. Then we look at conversion rates. This metric shows us the percentage of visitors who complete desired actions, like signing up or making a purchase. It's a direct measure of how effective our content is at encouraging visitors to take those meaningful steps. Finally, we have bounce rate, which tracks visitors who land on a page and leave without exploring further. A high bounce rate might suggest that our content isn't relevant or that the landing page needs improvement. Monitoring this helps us keep our content aligned with visitor expectations and improve overall landing page performance. All these metrics work together to give us a clear picture of how our website is performing and where we can make strategic improvements to better serve our audience and achieve our goals. When it comes to social media engagement, it's all about measuring how our audience interacts with our content. We want to track likes, shares, and comments because these give us a clear idea of how effective our content is and how well it resonates with our audience. Building a community is also crucial. By fostering conversations and relationships through responsive engagement strategies, we can create a sense of loyalty and trust. Analyzing content performance metrics like reach, impressions, and click-through rates helps us understand what's working and what's not, so we can optimize future content for better results. And it's important to remember that each platform has its own unique audience and algorithm. So, tailoring our content approach for each social platform allows us to leverage their strengths and reach our audience more effectively. All of these elements work together to strengthen our overall social media strategy and ensure we're connecting authentically and meaningfully with our community. Now, let's talk about lead generation rates and why they really matter. Tracking how many leads we generate through our content helps us measure the effectiveness of our campaigns and understand the ROI we're getting. It's not just about the numbers, but about whether those leads are the right ones. That's where quality over quantity comes in. Focusing on qualified leads that match our target audience profiles leads to better conversion rates. Another key point is attribution tracking. We need to identify which content pieces are actually driving the most leads. This insight allows us to optimize our future campaigns, putting more effort into what works best. Finally, nurturing sequences are essential. Developing automated follow-up processes ensures we stay engaged with our leads captured through content marketing. This keeps the conversation going and helps move those leads closer to conversion. All of these elements, tracking, quality focus, attribution, and nurturing, are interconnected and central to maximizing the impact of our lead generation efforts within our overall marketing strategy. Now, let's look at some key indicators that help us understand our brand awareness. First up, reach and impressions. This tells us how many people are seeing our content across different platforms. It's a great way to measure how visible we are and the potential impact our messaging can have. Next, we have social media mentions. Monitoring how often our brand is mentioned and the sentiment behind those mentions gives us a clear sense of how conversations around us are evolving. Are people talking positively? Are there concerns we need to address? Then there's share of voice. Comparing our mentions to those of our competitors helps us gauge our market presence and authority. Are we leading the conversation, or is there room to grow? Finally, content engagement metrics. This includes likes, shares, and comments. These are direct indicators of how well our audience is connecting with our messaging. High engagement usually means our content resonates and fosters a stronger relationship with our followers. All of these metrics together paint a comprehensive picture of our brand's visibility and influence, which ties directly into our overall goal of building brand awareness and strengthening our market position. Let's take a look at some key efficiency metrics that help us understand how well our content processes are performing. First up is time saved. This measures how many hours we've been able to reduce in content creation compared to traditional methods. It's a clear indicator of how much more productive we've become. Next, resource allocation. This helps us monitor how our team's efforts are distributed across different types of content. It's important to see where our focus is and ensure we're using our resources effectively. Then, we have content volume. This tracks the number of assets we produce within specific timeframes, giving us a sense of our overall output. And finally, quality consistency. This metric evaluates how standardized our messaging and brand voice are across various campaigns, which is crucial for maintaining brand integrity. These metrics are all interconnected and contribute to our overall goal of delivering high-quality content efficiently and effectively. All right, let's talk about data-driven adjustments. First, it's crucial to monitor performance metrics regularly. By tracking KPIs consistently, we can spot trends early on and identify areas that might need some improvement. This helps us stay agile and responsive to what's actually happening. Next, analyzing content engagement is key. We need to review which types of content resonate most with our audience and understand why they respond positively. This insight allows us to tailor our content to better meet their interests and preferences. Based on these insights, we should adjust our content strategy, modifying topics, formats, or even distribution channels. The goal is to optimize our approach based on real performance data, making sure we're always moving in the right direction. And finally, testing new approaches is essential. Implementing A/B testing, for example, lets us compare different content strategies side by side. This way, we can see what works best and fine-tune our efforts to achieve the best possible results. All of these steps connect to our overall theme, using data to make smarter, more effective decisions in our content efforts. Thanks for your attention today. I hope this presentation has given you a clear overview of the key concepts we've discussed. Remember, the ideas we explored are all about improving understanding and fostering growth. I appreciate your engagement and curiosity throughout. If you have any questions later, feel free to reach out. Thanks again for being such a great audience.